But yo, beautiful people, this is Nate here.
This Kev.
And yo, we are GamesMusicLyfe. So today we're going to review the IDK project.
Yes.
What was the title?
With it, this was I Was Very Bad.
I Was Very Bad.
Yeah.
Why did he drop the J?
You know what? That I don't know. He said that his name always should have been IDK, but people started calling him JIDK kind of because it bounced back and rhymed, and I guess his name is Jason.
Okay.
So, he just kind of rode with that. But his name originally was always supposed to be IDK.
IDK? Okay, because I thought it was another artist at one point. I know we listened to JIDK. I think you were out of town for that review. Me and the Deserter did that one.
Yeah.
Many moons ago.
Man, y'all dropped the turd on
Yeah,
it.
we did.
Yeah, y'all wasn't feeling it.
But this one, though, I was pleasantly surprised by this project.
Oh, okay.
The thing that got me on it though was first of all, I thought it was Kanye had reinvented himself, Jesus, with the voice, because he sounds like Kanye.
Yeah.
He got a new ghostwriter and got Kanye back out. He's like, you ain't slick, Ye. I saw you in the dad clothes and the 80 pounds extra, but you ain't slick. But no, I listened to it, bro. I was really surprised by the album. I think the content was very good. He talked about, just like we are very critical on when you make music, you talk about something. You just have some sort of agenda behind it. The way he broke it down from his childhood to being a middle-aged, just doing everything and just being he was a badass kid. He was just horrible.
Yeah.
Was very dope to me. I did like how funky it was, man. The album was very funky.
Yeah.
And I appreciate that. And I know you've been bumping it, and I was kind of nervous about it too. But what'd you think?
Man, with it, I've been following IDK since I saw randomly one day I saw the album cover for Empty Bank about a year and a half ago, and I was like, man, what is this? I was like, man, this is an interesting cover to say the least.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm going to check this guy's music out. So I started listening to some of his music, and it caught me off guard. I was like, wow, okay, I kind of like this kid, man. I listened to a Subtrap tape, man. Very good. Okay. Got to Empty Bank. I enjoyed it. I know you guys didn't particularly care for it, but I really enjoyed it. Okay. So I was really looking forward to this album, to be completely honest. One of the things I will say about IDK or that I've realized is each project always folls a theme. I won't necessarily say that it's a conceptual album, but he always has a theme and he sticks to it. Subtrap, talking about the trap, and just kind of all angles of it, from both, selling drugs to being the drug user to being the family of the person that's selling drugs, being the family of the drug user, the ways people get caught up into selling drugs, man, all of that kind of stuff. He hits on it from every angle. Empty Bank, again, man, talking about just money and how money controls people from all angles. Again, how not having money affects you, how having a lot of money affects you, how acting like you have a lot of money affects you, and just how we all present ourselves, or tailor our lives around money. So I thought that was really dope. So when he announced I Was Very Bad, I'm like, okay, what could this be about? What's the theme here?
Right.
And so he had released a couple of tracks leading up to the album, so I've been listening to him, man. First of all, Pizza Shop, I thought was immaculate.
Oh my God, that's unfair.
Yeah,
it's unfair.
I mean, for him to be able to, what I'm saying, I don't want to say wash Doom, but for him to be able to, stand his ground with Doom. Yeah, even get Doom on the track.
Exactly.
And you stand his ground with him was absolutely amazing, man. And stylistically, I felt like this kid can just go anywhere. Like, if nothing else, I like that musically he takes so many risks, and he puts. You can tell there's a lot of thought put into this music.
Right.
On first listen, I feel like the closest comparison, or the first person that most people will compare him to, will be Kendrick. He kind of sounds
He's from that Kendrick cloth.
Yeah, he does.
Down here,
he does sound like a Kendrick type of artist. But like when you peel back the layers a little bit, one nod I'll actually kind of give him above Kendrick is like when he's going over his themes, I feel like he's a lot more clear and to the point on these tracks. And Kendrick sometimes, he
taps those other voices.
Yeah, and he'll kind of wrap things in metaphors. Like Jay just come straight out with it. Like he might wrap a metaphor in there, but like what he's saying, you understand it right off top.
Right.
And I really like that. And so listening to the album, like you get that kind of gangster feel. He's talking about all this bad stuff that he's doing, but once I started unpacking the album, I realized that this was an album to his mother.
Oh wow!
So with it, what he's talking about was the whole time is basically an apology for
how bad he was.
How bad he was as a child. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
thinking that he needed to kind of work and fit in. When you get to that last track, he's talking about some, hey, listen, man, I did all this stuff, man. I know I shouldn't have been doing it. I was the first person in my family to go to jail. I know that wasn't the expectation for me.
Wow.
But you know what I'm saying? I always thought I was a disappointment to you, but me actually going to jail showed me how much you actually did love me. Because, he even says on the album at a point, like, man, I feel like I always felt like growing up, if I just could be good, my mama would love me.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Wow. And, like, those are deep feelings.
That's deep.
Like, that's a deep
I remember that, too. Now that you said it, I'm reciting it back in my head. I remember that.
And now reflecting back on it, because I don't know if you picked up on it, but his mother's actually passed. Reflecting back on that story, he's just kind of going through his life and all of the things that he did, and even though they were mistakes, how they actually led him to a better place or a better relationship with his mother, which for that to kind of span the entire course of the album, I thought was absolutely amazing.
Yeah,
creativity is on 10. And the thing was, it wasn't like he just bored you with just like gangster bars on there, gangster bars. Like he was actually going through his real emotions, talking about some, I knew I wasn't like this, but I just wanted to fit in. Like,
right.
Doing these things, I knew that, for the crowd that I wanted to be in, these would get me the acceptance I was looking for. And I feel like, honestly, that's a story that needs to be told. A lot of these kids out here that get themselves caught up, man, are going through a lot of the same thing, looking for acceptance and things like that. So I thought that the message was right on point. And the boy could just rap.
He can rap, right? It doesn't hurt that he can really just spit.
Could just rap, man.
I thought he put everything, like you said, emotional-wise. This was a very emotional album.
It was.
But it wasn't whiny. It wasn't, like, he doesn't sound like any of his contemporaries, which I appreciated. He, like you said, being from the Kendrick cloth, Kendrick doesn't sound like anybody.
No.
He can just rap, but he talks about emotions in a very tasteful way.
Yeah.
That's what I appreciated about this project the most. I mean, the wordplay, the production, to just everything about it, which is a very dope album.
And for him to be a relatively unknown artist,
it's
like, for you to be able to put out this type of work is absolutely amazing. Like that, it catches me off guard. And the album being 35 minutes long, it left me wanting more.
That was my only gripe. It was very short.
More.
Exactly. I wanted more.
This is an amazing body of work.
Yeah.
It just makes me go back and listen to Empty Bank and
I'm gonna go back and listen to Empty Bank some more.
I would say listen to Subtrap too. Like Subtrap was very good. Like a dude that, you know what I mean, is, like I said, relatively unknown. I don't know who's backing him or who's pushing these projects, but like, he shouldn't be able to do this.
Yeah. He should get pushed more, like you said. And the album cover kind of like doesn't do a good justice of it, because he's got the blonde hair and he's got the tracksuit on. So you think that, dang, what's this album going to be about? Because when I saw that, I'm like, who's IDK? Is this IDK? I mean, is this the same guy? But no, I would. I give it a 93.
Yeah, man. I was at a 95, man. I'm in love with this project.
Okay.
Like,
So
I low-key feel bad for rating it so quickly, because it's like, it's the only... I couldn't even get to some of the other albums.
It jumps out at you. Yeah, because we don't do Wu-Tang. We didn't get to that.
We didn't get to Wu-Tang or Division.
Or Division, right. But no, it jumps out at you because it catches you. And the things he talks about was, I wasn't the greatest kid growing up either.
Right.
So I could relate to some of those things, like just being able to, like, knowing my mom was upset with me. And as a kid, you go through those emotions as you get older. Like, I was a kid. You put it away. But no, those emotions are still there, man.
Yeah.
But I love the fact that he talked about a lot of that stuff and actually did it in a way where he spit some words with it and told a great story behind it.
Yeah.
It was just great, man. I thought it was a great album, man.
He put it together like very, like, this.
I was wondering if you was gonna like this though. I was wondering. I know.
Oh, man, I was like, I had been really enjoying it, even coming up to it, because I mean, he had released about 5 tracks that I had been listening to.
I went cold. I didn't listen to anything.
See, when I heard Pizza Shop first, and then I think I heard
Pizza Shop's unfair.
Maryland ass dude, and I was like, yo, man, okay, man, he got something. Like, what's this gonna be about? I'm like, title, I Was Very Bad. Man, what's going on here? What's going on here?
Right.
But and it's like, at face value, it just sounds like gangster tales. But once you really peel it back, man, like realizing what he's working through or what he's putting out there, like how much he's bearing his soul to the listener, I was like, man, this is a story that needs to be told and needs to be heard.
When got Dale the Funky Homo Sapien,
man, you know what I'm saying? He pulling out his bag, man. Like, you're not supposed to be able to do things like that.
Right, exactly.
So I mean, but really, those were really the only features.
Right, and Swiss
and Young Leash
and Keith Chief, which I thought that song was dope.
Keith Chief. Oh yeah,
I thought that song was very dope. Yeah.
Yo, he went into.
He did.
Yeah, Chief Keef came with it.
I'm like, yo, I ain't heard Keith rap like this ever.
Right. I'm like, man, he came with it, man. Yeah.
So
Chief Keef, drop project, man. We looking for it.
Yeah, I'm not. But but yo, dope project, man. Let us know what you guys think. Were we too high, too low? IDK fans, come here. You gonna give it 100? Guess what? You're right.
Yeah. And if you haven't heard it, I would challenge you to listen to it.
And listen to the full review.
Yeah.
And then go back. I think people come in and watch the videos. They see us on here like, man, these dudes are hating.
Well, no. We talk real good about this, so they'll probably finish this one. So we appreciate you for coming.
No doubt, man. But yo, this is Nate here.
This Kev.
We're GamesMusicLyfe, man. Drink more water, people.
Peace.